This is the video documentation for Criterion D of my computer science internal assessment. I will be going over the final product for my client, which is a calorie tracker to prepare for jiu-jitsu competitions. While I'm going through the program, I'll be displaying the parts of my test plan shown in the background, which I'm testing for during each stage. That test plan found in Criterion B is built upon and expands on our initial success criteria in Criterion A. Hence, passing the test of our test plan equates to satisfying all success criteria. When the non-logged-in user attempts to access the root domain of our web app, they are redirected to the login page, abiding by the access control in our test plan. The user then proceeds to register. Entering unmatching confirmed password results in an unsuccessful registration and an appropriate error message comes up. Similarly, entering an existing username also results in an unsuccessful registration and an error message also comes up. When the user submits valid input, their account is created and they are redirected to the login page. Here again, entering the wrong password should and does result in an error message, but entering the correct one logs in the user and redirects them to the home page, completing all authentication tests. But also fulfilling part of the remaining nutrition test as an error message regarding missing nutritional targets appears. We will now proceed to create these nutritional targets by heading to our accounts page, where we must enter a target weight and calories. Pressing set optimum targets shows the generated macronutrient targets using the formula as explained in the right section. And heading over to the home page again shows remaining nutritional consumption equal to these targets, as no food logs have been entered yet, meaning that remaining nutrition should be equal to targets. Next, we will create a food for our database, which will be an avocado. Its nutritional facts will be taken from the Very Well site as shown in the snippet below. Heading over to the log food page after submitting the create food form and searching for avocado results in its appearance in a search query table as expected, completing the create food test. But also the first test of adding food logs. Pressing the add food button next to the avocado displays a food basket widget with that avocado as expected. To test the undo function, another food will first be added to the basket. When undo is pressed, that food is removed from the basket. After pressing confirm though to the basket with no date specified, going to the food diary shows avocado as a food log today as expected. Pressing delete next to the avocado food log effectively deletes it from the database, resulting in no today's food diary being shown. We will now attempt to log food with the date specified, which will be the 5th of April 2023. Heading to the food diary having food logs associated with the user displays the date picker as expected. Entering 5th of April 2023 and pressing the check button effectively displays that avocado we entered, and pressing delete deletes it from the database. Just to show what happens when food logs exist, just not on that date specifically, as per our flowcharts in Criterion B, a food log for another date will be entered. We will now test the remaining calories and macronutrients today function. Logging an avocado for today successfully adjusts the remaining nutrition left to consume for today using the correct calculations as shown below. This completes the second part of the remaining nutrition test, the first part being the missing info error that was displayed when the user first logged in. Lastly, we will be going through tests for the weight function. When the page is accessed with no weights entered, a missing data widget successfully appears. Next, entering abnormal data such as null does not allow for the submission of data and displays an error. Entering normal data successfully creates a weight log on the date specified as shown on the right side. Additional features later requested by the client, such as displaying the weight remaining to achieve target weight, can be seen. Pressing the delete button effectively deletes the corresponding weight log from the database and is not shown anymore. Just to show how only the login and register URLs can be accessed by the non-logged-in user, we will be signing out and accessing the weight log page. One improvement that I noticed could be made to the program is in the food diary section. When checking for previous diaries, instead of having to check each date one by one to see if any food logs even exist, the dates on the calendar could be marked in green if they contain food logs and in red if they don't. Another improvement is when the user logs foods. When doing so, users cannot distinguish between foods they created and foods others did. This may cause a problem if other users enter inaccurate information on foods. Therefore, with polymorphism, the current food object could be replaced with two food objects, one private and one public, which both inherit from our current food object.